Far away from the noise of modern civilization, where the vast Siberian steppe touches the mountains of Mongolia and the cold winds sweep across the borders of China and Kazakhstan, lies a forgotten village, a place that time seems to have missed. This small settlement, hidden in the folds of the Алтая mountains, has no paved roads, no electricity grid, and no cell phone signal. Yet, it is home to a handful of families who live a life of simplicity, indolence, and deep connection with nature. The land of isolation. The region where Russia, Mongolia, China, and Kazakhstan meet is one of the most remote corners of the planet. The Алтая mountains rise like ancient guardians over the borderlands, their peaks covered with snow even in summer. The nearest town may be hundreds of kilometers away, accessible only through rough tracks carved by riverbeds or over rocky passes navigable by old Soviet jeeps or horse caravans. In winter, temperatures can drop to -45 градусов Celsius, and in summer, the land bursts into life, green meadows, wildflowers, and endless herds of horses and yaks grazing under the vast blue sky. Here, time moves differently. The people who live in this hidden village have learned to exist in harmony with the extremes of nature. Life without roads. For outsiders, the absence of roads might seem like a curse. But for the villagers, it is their way of preserving peace and identity. The after rain makes it impossible to build permanent roads. Landslides, flooding, and snowstorms erase tracks as quickly as they appear. The villagers depend on horses, camels, and sometimes old Soviet snowmobiles for transport. During the warmer months, the families stock up on flour, salt, tea, and kerosene, the essentials that will last them through the long, isolated winter. When heavy snow seals of the valley, they rely on what they have: dried meat, milk, cheese, and the warmth of the fire. The close contact with the outside world comes only every few months, when a trader or government supply truck manages to reach the area. For most of the year, however, they are on their own, a world disconnected from modern civilization. A blend of cultures. The village lies at a crossroads of cultures. The people here are a mix of Russian old believers, Kazakh herders, Mongolian nomads, and Altai tribes. Over centuries, these groups have intermarried, shared traditions, and created a unique cultural tapestry. They speak a mix of languages, Russian, Kazakh, and Mongolian, often blending words in a single sentence. Their homes are a combination of log huts and felt yurts, built to withstand the fierce winds of the mountains. Religion, Toa, takes on a blended form. Some families follow Orthodox Christianity, while others practice ancient shamanic rituals. It is not unusual to see an Orthodox cross and a carved totem side by side in a home, symbols of faith coexisting in peace. The rhythm of daily life. Life in the village revolves around nature's rhythm. At dawn, the men saddle their horses and ride into the mountains to check on their herds. Yaks and sheep are their main livelihood, providing milk, meat, wool, and hides that they trade once or twice a year. Women manage the household, spinning wool, making cheese, and teaching children under the soft glow of kerosene lamps. There is no school here, but every child learns to read and write from the elders. Knowledge is passed down through stories, of heroes, of spirits, and of the struggle to live in harmony with the land. Children grow up learning survival, how to find clean water in a frozen stream, how to recognize the tracks of wolves, how to predict a snowstorm by the color of the clouds. Technology has not yet touched their lives, but wisdom runs deep in their traditions. Winter, the test of endurance. When winter arrives, the landscape transforms into a world of silence and white. The mountains vanish in snow, and the temperature drops so low that even breathing feels heavy. Families gather in their wooden houses, where a single stove becomes the heart of life. Wood is precious. Each log is used carefully. The villagers spend summer cutting and drying enough firewood to last the season. They wear handmade fur coats and boots, stitched from reindeer and yak hides. During blizzards, they rarely stay outside. The howling wind can erase footprints within seconds, and visibility often drops to nothing. Yet even in these months of hardship, the people remain calm. They men towels, share stories, and sing old songs passed down from ancestors who endured even harsher times. Connection with nature. For the villagers, nature is not an enemy to be conquered, it is a companion to be respected. They believe every mountain has a spirit, every river a soul. Before hunting or cutting a tree, they whisper a short prayer of gratitude. They have no electricity, but the night sky offers them a light far greater, a sea of stars so bright that the Milky Way seems to touch the mountains. It is said that here, one can hear silence, a silence so deep that even honest heartbeat becomes a sound of the land. A vanishing way of life. Yet, this way of life is slowly disappearing. Young people, dreaming of comfort and opportunity, sometimes leave for cities in Russia or Kazakhstan. They send letters home, but few return. The elder generation fears that when they are gone, their traditions will vanish too. Government projects occasionally promise development, roads, schools, electricity. But the villagers are cautious. They know that modernity can bring not just ease but also disruption. Roads bring tourists, and with tourists come noise, waste, and the losses of peace. For now, they prefer their solitude. We have no road, says an elderly villager named Nirzhen, but we have freedom. Here, no one tells us how to live. The mountain is our guardian, the wind our messenger. Hope amid the silence. Despite the challenges, there is beauty in this hidden world. Every sunrise brings us new colors over the Алтая peaks, every season a reason to celebrate. In spring, families gather for small festivals, with music from old instruments, horse races, and the sharing of fermented Mars milk, kumis. Children chase each other across meadows filled with blue wildflowers, and elders tell tales of wolves and spirits by the firelight. Life here is not about wealth or comfort, it is about belonging. The enduring spirit. The village at the border of four great nations may not appear on any map, but it stands as a symbol of human endurance. It reminds the world that civilization does not always mean progress. Sometimes, it means losing touch with what makes us truly human, patience, respect for nature, and the strength to live with little. In this remote corner of Asia, surrounded by mountains and silence, people continue to live as their ancestors did, proud, free, and connected to the land. And the world beyond grows louder every day, here the mountains still whisper the same ancient song of survival and peace.